I'm the top dog in the league, homie. Let's speak on it, it's a stretch for anybody to reach on me. Just breathe on it, don't tell them, they gotta know it's me on it. Won't kick it on me and go for 3 on you. You couldn't guard me with the cleanest armor, I got it covered, these corners. I'm the top dog in the league, homie. Let's speak on it, it's a stretch for anybody to reach on me. Just breathe on it, don't tell them, they gotta know it's me on it. Won't kick it on me and go for 3 on you. You couldn't guard me with the cleanest armor, I got it covered, these corner like yeah.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of D's Corner. I'm your host D, and again we're going to continue on with our draft grades. This video is for the NFC South. I mean the NFC North. I have the NFC South coming up. Again, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Truly appreciate it. Again, the draft has been almost 2 weeks away, or it's almost 2 weeks have gone by. But like I said, we're going to jump in. We're going to knock out the NFC North with the draft grades. NFC North, in my opinion, is becoming one of the toughest divisions based off of free agency and the draft and where these teams are. A lot of these teams are young. A lot of these teams have a ton of talent, and a lot of these rosters are better than what many of us think. So, all right, let's go ahead. We're going to jump into the draft. Sorry about that. Here we go. All right. First up, we have the Chicago Bears, who overall I give the Bears an A. They did not have being able to get Caleb Williams, a transcendent quarterback. It's going into one of the best situations a young quarterback, number one overall, has gone into, at least in my lifetime, that I can remember. Pairing him with a player of Rome Odunze's caliber at number 9, who is Rome is a technician of a route runner who's only going to become better, being able to sit behind the likes of Keenan and learn behind him, who in my mind is an underrated wide receiver in the NFL, but he is a route technician. But you're going to have a nice triplet effect when you have weapons. Rome, DJ Moore, and Keenan Allen, as I spoke of before. Rome is a phenomenal tracker of the ball. He will be able to open up the passing game for this team. They still have DeAndre Swift in the backfield as well. So overall, you know, the Bears are on a upward trajectory. Kieran, his name. Kieran, the tackle out of Yale, should be able to come in and play somewhere on this offensive line. It doesn't even honestly matter that they took a punter. And Austin Booker, you have not aired Austin Booker, Montez Sweat, so you do still have your younger bookends on your edge. But there still are players out there in free agency who know this scheme, who are veteran edge rushers to help shore that up. But overall, when you look at this draft, the Bears didn't have a lot of picks, like I said, but 3 of their 4, maybe 5 of their 4 of their 5. The first 3 should make immediate impacts, and Booker should be able to get on the field. This is an extremely draft class, but it has the ability to be an extremely productive draft class. Right, next up, we have the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings, in my opinion, they had a decent draft. I give them a B. I wasn't big on J.J. McCarthy, but we'll see what he can be. He's more of a game manager to me. The thing about it is he's in the perfect situation, though. He's coming in with a solid offensive line in front of him. He has weapons galore. Jordan Addison, Justin Jefferson, T.J. Hawkinson. They picked up Aaron Jones from the Packers this year, which is an extremely good core of guys, and he does have a solid offensive line. So he doesn't have to be the game changer. He just has to manage the game and manage it correctly, and I think that's something that he's capable of doing. Now, I've seen talks about him possibly being in the Rookie of the Year running. I'm not going to go that far because there are still just some throws I'm not sure that he's able to make consistently. But we'll see how that goes. Love the pickup of Dallas Turner and Brian Flores' system. He will be able to form a nice pass rushing rotation with Jonathan Greener they got from the Texans, as well as Van Ginkel, who they got from the Miami Dolphins. Kyrie Jackson is a good pickup, a larger corner at 6'3", bounced around from the smaller colleges than Alabama, but he really caught on and played extremely well for the Oregon Ducks last year. So really like that pickup. Overall, like I said, I want to give them a B, or I'm going to give them a B. Some of the moves, like trading up a one pick for JJ McCarthy, and then they also traded up for Dallas Turner. The way the draft was looking, it looked like they both would have fell right into their lap. So I want to give it a C for just for those simple moves. I feel like you lost a lot in next year's draft by doing this. But overall, like I said, I give them a B. Minnesota is one of those teams that they have a better roster than many people think. Them going up and against the Detroit Lions, the Green Bay Packers, and the Chicago Bears, this division does seem like it is on the cusp of being one of the tougher divisions to play. Next up, I have the Detroit Lions, and I had to give them an A. I love just about every single pick that the Detroit Lions made. First off, you started going up with Terry and Arnold out of Alabama. You needed secondary help, especially at the cornerback room. They did trade for Carlton Davis this year, but Terry and Arnold should be able to come in and immediately be the corner number 2. And to be honest with you, he probably can push Carlton Davis to be that number 1 guy. Maybe not his rookie year, but definitely moving forward. Love the pickup of Enos Rakestraw. Junior, you're double dipping at the cornerback position. But if you watch this game, if you watch this team against San Francisco in the NFC Championship game, Detroit should have been in the Super Bowl last year. Their cornerback play, because they had injuries and they were playing with undrafted free agents and guys that were coming in off the street, it really just kind of screwed them. But now you have some guys in Arnold and Rakestraw who can get their hand on the ball and force turnovers. Extremely aggressive in man coverage, and he hasn't even been playing corner that long. Came into Alabama as a safety and converted to corner, playing opposite of Kool-Aid, who many thought was the best corner, and he ended up being the first Alabama corner drafted. And then the reason why I had to give him the A is when you pick up a lot of the players that they picked up. Love the Christian Mahogany pickup as well. But when you pick up 2 of the top 5, 6 corners, and when you look at where they got him, getting Arnold at 24 is a phenomenal pick. Many people had him going in the teens. Giovanni Manu of British Columbia, obviously I'm not going to act like I know very much about him, but he is a bigger offensive lineman that should be able to come in and learn. Sion Baki is a player who I love because he seems like a Lions player. He seems like he fits this. They have a linebacker, Rodriguez, who they started playing him on offense as well last year. Baki is a player who's played safety and running back at Utah, which is versatility, and he's going to also play special teams. It's another reason why I like this draft class, going back to Arnold and Rakestraw. They seem like they are Aaron Glenn style corners. They're going to want to get their hands on you. They're going to be aggressive, and they're going to want to be physical. I love the attitude that this entire draft class brings. I also like the pickup of Mikado, giving you another body on that interior defensive front. I wish they would have been able to pick up an edge to play opposite of Aiden Hutchinson, but you can't cover all of your needs through the draft when you don't have 50 picks or 14 picks or something like that. So they made a lot of their picks count. This team should definitely be in the hunt again this year. Really like the direction and the attitude and the culture of the Detroit Lions. Finally, I'm going with the Green Bay Packers, and I have to give the Green Bay Packers a B. The NFC North is going to be so tough. It's going to be so tough. Green Bay was already one of the youngest teams, and if you look at how they played, dismantling Dallas in the playoffs, Jordan Love they're in talks now with getting Jordan Love a bigger contract, getting him secured. I will say that I was surprised by a couple picks. I definitely thought that Cooper DeJean screamed Green Bay to me. And if you catch me on Double D's podcast, Peyton Wilson just seemed like a Packers linebacker, seemed like the perfect one. But they lost David Bakhtiari, with injury and whatnot, had to release him. But then you go and get Jordan Morgan. Pretty good pickup. I think he would have probably been there later in the first as well if they wanted to trade back. But they identified their need, they identified their player, and they went and got it. Love the pickup of Edgerrin Cooper. Should form a nice pair with Quay Walker, a linebacker who can come downhill, can play in space, for sure tackler, extremely good duo that they now have in the middle. Javon Bullard is in the mold of what Cooper DeJean is. He is a player who, if you want to say he's positionless, you can call him that in the secondary. He can play inside at nickel. He can play safety. One thing I like about him is he's going to force turnovers. If you watch what he did at Georgia, he seemed to always be around the ball, which is an extremely rare trait for a defensive back. Not to just be around the ball, but actually force turnovers. And he's able to score with the ball in his hands as well. Love the pickup of Marshawn Lloyd. Not sure how many carries he'll get early on. He will be more of the change of pace back. But they do have A.J. Dillon as well as bringing in Josh Jacobs this year. Tyron Hopper, another linebacker who should be able to get on the field. Keaton Oladapo, really love that pickup. He is another safety, should be able to be more of a thumper, being able to play in the box, but does give you more bodies as well. And the flyer pick is Kalen King, being able to get him in the 7th round. This is a player who many believed at the beginning of the year, at the beginning of the football season, that he could possibly be a first-round pick. Well, that didn't happen. Production slipped. Terrible combine. Didn't run a good 40. And obviously, speed is something that you can't teach. It's something that you need as well in the NFL. But I think with his potential and being able to gamble on him late in the 7th round as a pick is pretty good, in my opinion. Like I said, overall, I had to give him a B. But this is a extremely good division, in my opinion. This is an extremely tough division. And the Detroit Lions right now sit upon the top of that NFC North mountain. But we will see how everything shakes out and everything goes. The Vikings had a really good offseason. And again, we'll get into the offseason grades when I finish this series here. Once we knock out the rest of the AFC, we'll be moving on to the offseason grades. And then I'll be able to do a deeper dive of the complete roster and whatnot, especially as OTAs and everything are kicking off. So that's going to be it for the NFC North, guys. Please, again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It does me a whole lot. It takes nothing but a click of a mouse from you guys, and I truly, truly appreciate it, helping me grow. Again, keep an eye out for the rest of my videos that are coming out dealing with the draft grade series and then heading into the offseason series, the offseason grade series. So again, guys, last time I'm going to say it in this video, like, share, and subscribe. Also catch me on the Double D's podcast. You guys have a good one.
Spazzing on the beat, they think I'm crazy. Got it under control, babe. You don't want smoke, all you see is the same.
LB tapping, keys in making waves. Ayy.
Step back, keep your distance. Ain't no telling what I just may do. I've been vibing, minding my business. Throw one up if you can relate to. Said if I ain't got it, I make do. Can't be stuck waiting on a breakthrough. And I don't need everybody praying for him. Ain't no telling who you niggas pray to.